Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading for April 2020. We're going to connect here, see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Happy birthday, happy birthday. All right, my darling Aries. Let's see what is going on for you guys in the month of April. So this is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, of course, Venus. I know a lot of you are also watching your Venus sign for love. And if you're interested in the astrology of it, like if you're really heavy into astrology, I am going to be announcing something at the end that something that a really cool astrologer is doing. So we'll talk about that at the end. But we're going to see what's happening for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, my dears. I hope you're staying well. I hope you're staying safe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your first card here is 8 of Swords. Okay, not surprising. Not surprising. A lot of us might be in this energy right now. Okay, so some of you might be feeling this on different levels in different ways. Some of you may be in an existing relationship. You might be feeling very stuck, or you might be feeling very trapped. You might be feeling like things are very much out of your control. That is a really big dynamic right now for many of us because of what's happening on a global scale. Many of us are having to spend more time indoors, and you may be feeling very confined in that environment. Those of you, Aries, that you're, like as they're saying, being called to serve at this time. If you're in the medical field, or if you're doing something very front lines, military, medical, law enforcement, you may be feeling like, or even if you're not in those fields, you may be feeling like it's too late for love life, or that like things are very bad right now, and like you're in a very unlucky time. You may be feeling like circumstances it's going to keep you from being happy in your love life. But the positive thing about 8 of Swords is it lets us know this stuck feeling, this fear, this trapped feeling, it's really in our head. Like we're seeing the situation far worse than it actually is. Now, I'm in no way taking away from what's going on right now. It's very serious times. We need to follow orders. We need to stay inside. We need to be careful. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's not going to be like this forever. So if you are feeling stuck, or if you are feeling discouraged, please know and understand that this is going to be a temporary time. It's not going to be like this forever. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling trapped, try to kind of come inside your head and reason yourself out of that thinking. But some of you may be feeling very confined, very frustrated, very much like, oh well, I guess I'm not gonna have a happy relationship, or I guess I'm gonna be stuck in this situation and it's out of my control. And so some of you might have kind of like a really sad energy in April around love, or maybe at least around the beginning of April. But Spirit is saying a lot of this is in your mind, okay? It's gonna get better. You're not as trapped or as stuck as you might feel or think at this time. Your next card here is 7 of Swords. Now, Aries, I want you to be cautious and I want you to be careful, because I feel that a lot of you, Aries, are very intelligent, very confident, very go-getter kind of people. And I do feel that this is specifically for, this is a general reading, so it's not going to be the same for every single one of you. But some of you, Aries, have been a tough fish to catch. Some of you, Aries, have been, somebody that is not fooled easily, or not gonna jump into a relationship easily, or you know very much what you want and you're not gonna settle for less. And so Seven of Swords makes me feel for some of you, this is coming in the way where there's somebody from the past or even somebody existing in your life who may be trying to, sad to say, take advantage of that vulnerable feeling that some of you are feeling, right? That Eight of Swords, that feeling very stuck, feeling kind of like things are out of your control. Somebody might be taking advantage of the fact that you might be in that mood, and they may be swooping in a way where they're acting like they're going to buddy up to you, or they're going to help you in some way, or they're pretending that they're the knight in shining armor or the princess in shining armor or whatever the heck, you know. They're swooping in because they know otherwise under typical circumstances you might not give them the time of day, or you might not take them seriously. And so in this way you're going to have to be cautious of people who are popping up. Now, I am not an Aries. I don't really have Aries in any like predominant placements in my chart. And I can tell you from my own experience, I've had people come out of the woodwork. I'm like, why is this fool messaging me right now? Like, you're gonna have a lot of that, a lot of you Aries, because people are feeling like, you know, this is a good time to get in. This is a good time to get in. So be aware of that. Those of you Aries that you're feeling stuck because you've been in close quarters and you're realizing that either the people you're living with are putting a damper on your love life, or maybe you're seeing really serious issues in an existing relationship. Like if you are living with a romantic partner, you might be like, whoa, the situation's really bringing out the true colors. Maybe I'm not with the right person. Seven of Swords is saying, hold on, you know, maybe kind of approach your plans in a more kind of, you know, quiet kind of way. Don't be so vocal about it. Don't be so upfront about it. Maybe you need to look at the situation from different angles, different ways, and maybe you need to start planning in a more quiet way to avoid conflict, to avoid arguing, to avoid fighting. But some of you already have it in your mind. You're like, dude, when this quarantine is over, I am out. I am out. I am out. And so just really, really, you know, don't throw fuel into the fire. You know, maybe work on your plans, do what you need to do. Maybe you're making arrangements around a business or a career change, or maybe you're looking into talking to friends and setting something up to get a place with a friend or something. Just do it on the down low. You might be tempted to just like, you know what, as soon as this is over, I'm out of here. No, it's not going to be a good situation for you to be all up in somebody's face about that. So just kind of lay low and do what you need to do without drawing attention to yourself. The next card here is Five of Wands. So you guys have some struggles. You guys have some struggles, and I think a lot of it is the world dynamic. Don't be discouraged by this, Aries, because really, as unfortunate as what's happening is happening right now, there's a reason why Spirit wasn't more open about this. Really, 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 really. And I have said in the weekly forecasts, you know, for the past few months, I felt like something was coming on a global level that would eventually bring people together, or we might have some things being revealed on a global level. But Spirit, you know, didn't want us to panic and didn't want to alter from the way this is happening, because a lot of us, our eyes are opening up to really what matters in our life. We're becoming very clear about really what matters. Like we're really thinking about, you know, if it were all to end tomorrow, would I be happy with the way I've lived my life? Would I be happy with this relationship? Would I be happy with this career? So Aries, a lot of you are getting very clearly focused on what love is for you and what you need. Like when the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Like you might be feeling like these aren't the right circumstances for me, or I want somebody that's going to behave differently in a situation like this. And so you're looking at love and relationships as a lot more differently than you were before, and you might feel like your circumstances currently are not aligned with what you want. There might be a lot of power struggles, a lot of arguing. Again, that's why you got Seven of Swords. Just lay low, like, you know, just tell yourself, you know what, this really sucks right now, but it's temporary. It's gonna get better, it's gonna change. And you know, do what you need to do, make your plans quietly, And, you know, you'll be able to be living a life that's more aligned with what you want and be around people that are more aligned with what you want. You know, and I always say this, if the arguing is abusive, if it's dangerous, you need to get out of that situation. Okay, you need to, you know, find a safe place or a shelter or somebody that you can stay with. You know, you don't want to be in an unsafe situation. But I feel, Aries, like a lot of you are having power struggles and conflicts in your relationships. And a lot of this is just kind of happening to help you realize so that you don't feel bad. I think some of you feel bad about wanting to go in a different direction. And this Five of Wands is kind of happening to draw your attention to the reality of it so that you don't feel bad. I feel some of you have someone, and it's a masculine energy. So don't get me wrong. This could be a woman that you're dealing with, but it would be a woman with a lot of masculine energy. I feel like this person's being very like mean, like biting sarcasm, like just condescending, insulting, and like they might be stressed, they might be freaked out about what's going on. But I kind of feel like this is someone that's like, you know, kicking the dog because they're in a bad mood, so to speak. And so Spirit is telling you, don't take that energy on you, because this is an argument, this is a fight. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. It's not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going to win. You're just going to constantly be going back and forth. So try not to take it personal and distance yourself from it. But everything that's happening right now is connected to all of the things Spirit is showing you to heal and to clear, so that when things go a little bit more back to normal, one of the things that you're going to able to hit the ground running and really manifest is a really happy, healthy relationship. Okay. Your next card here is Six of Cups. All right. So some of you are going to reconcile with this person. Some of you are going to be able to find peace. And for other ones of you, Six of Cups is coming up, in which you're beginning to make plans and ideas and things that are taking you back to a simpler time in your life. You might be reaching out or connecting with childhood friends or friends from school. You might be reaching out and connecting even to relatives that you were maybe closer to when you were younger. And there may be plans to see each other, some kind of a reunion, which might be happening maybe not until the end of the year, into early next year. But this is opening doors for love and romance. Obviously, you're not going to be in a relationship with your relatives, but in this process, you know, you might be meeting somebody through them. And something about like returning to a simpler time, or returning to a place that maybe you have a sentimental connection with. And for other ones of you, this will be a reconciliation, you know, reconciling with this person or trying to make peace. For some of you, you're making peace two-part ways. It's like you've decided in your mind that like you just don't want to be in this situation anymore. But at the same time, you're like, I don't want to leave on bad terms. Like, I want to leave in a very loving way. I want to leave on good terms. For some of you, there's going to be something like this. Some of you, Aries, I see you like writing letters. Like you're going and you're doing this is more so for you single Aries. Like you're going through and you're doing like this whole inventory of like past relationships and exes, or people that maybe, you know, hurt you or broke your heart, or that you didn't want to be with. And I feel like you're getting all of this out in letters, and you may even be sending these letters. You may even be mailing them. And some of you are like, you know what? I don't want to like reach out. I don't want to like go slip into their DMs on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever. Like old-fashioned letters. I feel like some of you are doing letter writing, and it's feeling very therapeutic. Like you're releasing it, like you're feeling this massive weight is coming off of your shoulders, or this heavy burden is coming off of your chest, and you're feeling lighter. I feel like some of you are doing like a full-on inventory of past relationships, and you're putting it all on paper, and you're just releasing it. You're like, I'm not going to carry this anymore. I'm not going to walk around through the rest of my life with baggage, because life is short and I want to be happy. And at the end of the day, you know, these aren't things that I would want to, you know, give much more of my time or energy to. So a lot of you are doing a reconciliation or a healing in that way. Your next card here is the High Priestess. So through all of this roller coaster energy you're experiencing, Aries, it's bringing you into High Priestess energy, and this is major arcana. So this is significant crossroads, life lesson, spiritual awakening. And those of you that watch my readings, you know, you've heard me say, when the High Priestess comes up, there's a very massive shift that's happening. Like your chakras are aligning, opening up, clearing. You're really connecting with your spiritual gifts and abilities, your confidence, your inner knowing. And you become very magnetic. You begin to attract a lot of attention, right? A lot of attention. And so a lot of you are going to see, and you're going to realize, as you know, maybe as we come into the end of April, beginning of May, that a lot of people are sending you or giving you attention, or reaching out to you, or wanting to connect with you. I feel for some of you, Aries, like people, you're getting like a lot of like FaceTime requests for some reason. Just like FaceTime, or like wanting to talk to you on FaceTime, or you know, maybe you're doing something where maybe you're like talking to people long distance or online, or maybe you have friends and stuff like farther away, or you're just not spending time with them because of the social distancing. But I feel like people are just wanting to FaceTime you. And there's nothing wrong with FaceTiming someone, but you want to be cautious, because since you're in the High Priestess energy, I feel like people are just really kind of latching into your energy. They're feeding off of you. Like you're so soothing for them. You're so comforting for them. You're so reassuring for them. There's something so very healing about you that they're really locking into you. And it's like when they see you, it's easier for them to do that. They don't realize they're doing this. They don't know that they're doing this. They're not doing it on a conscious level. But you know, you might want to do a lot of cord cutting. You might want to kind of, you know, set boundaries with your time, with your energy. When you finish conversations, do cord cuttings. Cord cuttings is not banishing somebody from your life. It's just cutting the energy from them being able to feed off of yours. But you can expect to be receiving a lot of attention right after you finish this big clearing that you're going through. But it's opening the door to many options, especially those of you where love life has been like tumbleweeds and crickets for a long time. I feel like what's happening in April is blasting the doors open, or blasting away the blocks, the stagnant energy. Everything is coming to the surface to be dealt with, to open the doors to significant relationships. So, oh, and those of you that are like really into the astrology of things, you know, this can indicate a Cancer or a Pisces person. I sometimes associate the High Priestess with Taurus. It's just, I can't explain it. I just feel that vibe from the card. And I know some people are like, oh, you're so off, you're so wrong. But, you know, I read intuitively. I'm an intuitive reader. And I tell you guys, I'm not an astrology expert, but I had an astrologer reach out to me that blew me away. And they're doing love compatibility astrology as well. And so what they're doing is they're offering my viewers a special unlimited 30% off. They're already super low prices. So you can get like a forecast for the year. You can get a natal chart analysis. You can get a love and relationship compatibility. And you can use my code as many times as you want for as many reports as you want. So the link and the code is in the description if you want to check that out. Don't forget the weekly forecasts, guys. I don't just focus on love and romance in the weekly. I try to focus on more of the spiritual stuff. And so watch the weeklies as well. Channeled angel messages are going to be up in a couple of days. And if you liked the cards I used, I always have the link in the description. But I have two decks. I have this newer deck, and I have this slightly beat up. It's slightly worn, right? So this one doesn't really look so great in the videos or when I take pictures, but it's a full deck. All the cards are here. I have the booklet, and I have the box it came in. And so I'm going to do a giveaway. So if you go on my Instagram or Facebook, this is going to be the card of the day for April 3rd. If you're interested in winning this deck, and I will mail it to you, then go on Instagram and Facebook and comment on that photo for April 3rd, when you see the Arcanum Tarot. I'm gonna pick a winner, and I'm gonna probably pick the winner at the end of April, because I know that some of you aren't gonna see this immediately, right? Like, you might not see it the first few days of April. You might see this at the end of April. So I'll pick the winner at the end of April. But if you're interested in entering to win my slightly used deck, go ahead and hop on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe so you get notices when the new videos are up. I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful month, my dears. Hopefully I'll see you in the weekly videos. Take care.